Hi folks, my name is Caitlin and today I will be presenting my undergraduate thesis about early childhood development and academic achievement in Ontario immigrant children. So early childhood development has implications for future life outcomes as it lays the foundation for the development of future skills and capacities. Now, generally, researchers agree that children with fewer developmental vulnerabilities in early childhood will attain higher academic achievement levels in the future. Research in numerous Canadian jurisdictions supports this notion. However, less is known about this association in immigrant students. We do know, based on research conducted in British Columbia, that Canadian immigrant students who are developmentally vulnerable tend to perform worse than their developmentally healthy peers. This research also found that immigrant students' academic achievement tends to improve over time. Some researchers have also assessed the impact of being an English language learner student on academic achievement. Much of this research suggests that English language learner students, including those who are immigrants, may be at a disadvantage when compared to their English proficient peers. Our study extends on existing literature by addressing the following two questions. What is the association between early childhood development in kindergarten and grade 3 academic achievement in Ontarian children who were not born in Canada? And do ELL status and length of residence in Canada contribute to this association? This retrospective longitudinal study used a dataset of 61,067 Ontario students who had early development instrument data in kindergarten between 2003 and 2006, and who had completed the grade 3 EQAO tests in reading, writing, and mathematics between 2006 and 2009. Our study focused on the 2,949 students in this dataset who were born outside of Canada. Approximately 1/3 of these students were English language learners in kindergarten. And to investigate the effects of length of residence, we compared students who had resided in Canada between 3 and 5 years to those who had resided in Canada for over 5 years. 7% of students in our sample had resided in Canada between 3 and 5 years in grade 3. So for our measures, we used the Early Development Instrument, which is a 103-item questionnaire completed by kindergarten teachers in the second half of senior kindergarten. Providing a holistic view of each child, it measures 5 levels of early childhood development: physical health and well-being, language and cognitive development, emotional maturity, social competence, and communication skills and general knowledge. We also used the EQAO tests, which are curriculum-based standardized tests completed by most students in Ontario in grade 3, and the EQAO measures students' reading, writing, and mathematics abilities. Student data from these two datasets were linked by school board identification, school identification, the child's sex, and their date of birth. So for the population of students who were born outside of Canada, binary logistic regression analyses were conducted with achievement on each of the 3 grade 3 EQAO tests as the outcome variable. In all regressions, predictor variables were added successively in the following order: vulnerability on one or more EDI domains, ELL status, and length of residence. We also controlled for the child's sex and neighborhood level socioeconomic status. Here are the results of our final reading model. We see that immigrant students who were vulnerable on one or more EDI domains had 67% lower odds of achieving provincial standards on the EQAO reading test. We also see that ELL status and length of residence in Canada have an insignificant contribution to this relationship. A similar pattern of association was found in the final writing model. Immigrant students who were vulnerable on one or more EDI domains had 63% lower odds of achieving provincial standards on the EQAO writing test. Once again, both ELL status and length of residence in Canada were not significant predictors of academic achievement. Once again, we see a similar pattern in the final math model. Immigrant students who were vulnerable on one or more EDI domains had 60% lower odds of achieving provincial standards on the EQAO mathematics test than students with no developmental vulnerabilities. And neither ELL status nor length of residence in Canada contributed significantly to this association. Findings in this study align with previous work indicating that early developmental health predicts later academic achievement. Results of this study suggest that for Ontarian immigrant students, early developmental health is a primary influence on future academic success over and above both ELL status and length of residence in Canada. Working to address developmental vulnerabilities in all areas, including socio-emotional domains, in addition to language and communication domains, may be the best way to promote academic success among immigrant students. Such a holistic view will help facilitate skills development that allow for better engagement in academic activities.